As Martin County residents know, we had extensive rainfall last week, and we had coastal flooding all the way from Tequesta north to the county line in Jensen Beach. Those effects were not isolated to Martin County. St. Lucie County also had extensive flooding. They had roadways flooding, Edwards Road, 25th Street, as well as residences in St. Lucie County. And the reason that's important is because all of that rainfall that fell in coastal St. Lucie County ends up into the Savannas. The Savannas is a 20,000 acre preserve that extends from Fort Pierce to the north all the way down to Jensen Beach. And there's only 3 outfalls. One's in Fort Pierce, one's in the city of Port St. Lucie and Hog Pen Slough, and one is Warner Creek, which is directly behind me. This is important because Warner Creek takes the majority of the flow from the Savannas to drain it down. And in periods of extensive rainfall and flooding, the waters from the Savannas affect our residential communities. So the first community that gets affected is typically the Sugar Hill community, which is on the north side of Jensen Beach Boulevard, and it's surrounded by the Savannas. Highline is another community that has problems because it's affected by groundwater that leaches out of the Savannas into Highline, which is topographically lower than the Savannas. And then right now we're seeing effects in the Pinecrest Lakes community, which has Warner Creek running all the way through it, and the water levels in the creek is actually backing up through the privately maintained drainage system and flooding some of the lower roadways in that community. We're monitoring the water levels in the Savannas and working with our local partners to minimize effects to our residents. And we have crews running flood control pumps as much as possible, but we're really limited on the amount of flood control pumping we can do because we don't want to put more flow into Warner Creek, which is already out of its banks. So the last thing we have going on is we have crews checking all of the crossings to make sure there's no debris that floats down and clogs up and reduces flow through there. Everything seems to be flowing at capacity currently, but we'll continue to monitor that until this situation becomes more stable.